Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Kartik, one of the co-founders of ETHGlobal, and I'm super excited to welcome all of you to the Superhack Finale. Let's get started. You're all watching this thing on ETHGlobal.tv. This is what we're going to be using for today to talk to all of you and share any comments, and also anybody who signs in and kind of interacts with the rest of the live stream will also be getting a POAP for participating at this event. So Superhack was hosted by ETHGlobal. And our goal and our mission is to onboard thousands of developers into the broader Web3 ecosystem. And we do this by running hackathons and summits, both in person and async. And for Superhack, for the last 2 weeks, we did just exactly that. This was an async event for us. We hosted an incredible summit telling you all the things that are happening in the world of OP Stack and Superchains. We got to learn from what's happening with Optimism, Celo, Mode, Base, and Uniswap, to kind of just get some insights into how they're thinking about a multi-chain L2 world. But the next hour and a half is about the hackathon. So let's tell you all that's happened in the last week. This has been a massive and incredible event for us. We've had over 1,150 hackers from 87 different countries participating, and they worked and came from 26 different unique time zones. Just to see where everybody was on from a map. We kind of saw representations from 6 different continents, and it's incredible to see all the amazing things that everybody was excited about and all the things that you built. Submissions were due on Sunday, and we're going to talk about all the things that came out of it. So not only just the hackers, we had 68 ecosystem partners who were the brightest and the best people in the OP L2 Superchain world, and they were there to help and see what all of you can do. We also had 6 dedicated ecosystem mentors who were there 24/7 to help answer all of your questions, whether it was feature requests, bug reports, or just understanding how they can help you get unblocked for your project. And what today is all about is showing you all the things that came out of it and giving away $175,000 in prizes. So we're going to talk about all the things that everybody's going to win and has won, and especially through all of our amazing partners. So before we get into all of these things, I want to give a quick shout out to all of our 14 incredible partners. We have Optimism, Worldcoin, Zora, Base, Hyperlane, Layer 0, Mode, Chainlink, Safe, The Graph, Etherscan, EAS, Conduit, and Covalent. So 1,155 hackers submitted and worked on 295 incredible projects. This was a huge number of things for us to see, review, and look at and give feedback on, and I was personally super excited to see all the incredible things. We looked at hundreds of these projects, saw hundreds of demos, and we're going to talk about everything that came out of it. So on Sunday, everybody submitted these. Monday and Tuesday, we did our judging, and from these 295 projects, we have 10 finalists who are going to come here on this live stream and tell you about what they built and do a live demo of their projects. So we're going to bring them on one by one, and they're going to show you everything that they built over the course of this hackathon. And after that, we're going to go into all the prizes. So I want to quickly give a massive shout out to our 10 amazing finalists. I want to congratulate Shadow Rollup, Shortcuts, ClinkSafe, A Testament, Per Capita, GlobeGrafter, Start.ccip, Refer, Onchain Review, and SuperSearch. These 10 teams are going to come on and demo everything, and we're going to quickly get started. But before we show you the very first demo, I want to take a quick second to thank the 285 teams listed here for working on something absolutely incredible, submitting it and getting people to give you feedback, coming on a call to show this to our judges, answering questions, clarifying things on how you did it, why you built it, and what you're excited about and why you got excited about all these things. Just because you were not one of those 10 teams does not mean you were not good enough. We really want to make sure that you have an opportunity and a platform to better yourselves, learn interesting things, get better at coding, designing, anything that you're excited about, from research to applications in the space, and you have an avenue to effectively continue to better yourself. So to any of you here, if you're still interested in continuing to build your project, you are more than welcome to ping us for additional feedback or introductions to anybody you want, whether it's some of our judges or some of our partners or some VCs or whatever you are looking for in this space. If there's something we can do as ETHGlobal, we'd be more than happy to help. So please continue building after this event ends, because the goal here is to get more people to try out everything that's possible in Web3. And for those of you who are watching this thing on the live stream, all of you can head over to ethglobal.com/showcase to see all 295 of these projects. You can see all the information about what they built, screenshots, some video demos, some live demos, URLs, and all the details around why they built it and how it works under the hood. So be sure to check that out. And with that, let's get started. So all of you here who are hacking and hacked, just before you kind of call this event finish, I want to take a quick second to remind all of you that we'd really appreciate it if you can take 2 minutes to click on that link on your dashboard and give us some feedback. There's a few questions there, very simple, yes, no, rating out of 10. It just helps us really understand what worked well, what didn't work well, so we can make the next event better for the next 1,000 people. And this is the kind of feedback we're looking for to get better, and we want to make sure that we are able to help make this experience better for you and that everybody else who comes and participates in everything that we do moving forward. So please take the time to just do this thing. It'll take you a quick minute, and we'd really appreciate it. All right, enough of me talking. It's time for our very first demo. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on our very first finalist for today, and that is Team A Testament. So with that, please welcome A Testament on the live stream. Hello, hello. Feel free to get started.
Hi, everyone. My name is Diane, and we're A Testament. We're here to ensure that NFT funds are used responsibly. Rugs happen every day. Here's just one example of where the founder mysteriously died only 2 minutes after the collection sold out. Well, there goes that roadmap along with all the money. In fact, rugs happen so often it results in over $2.8 billion in losses. This makes it hard for even good creators to stand out. A testament comes from the word testament, which means tangible evidence. We've developed a smart vault where creators can fulfill their promises and token holders can attest to unlock the funds. This allows creators to build trust and on-chain credibility, while users can back projects with confidence. This is how it works. Creators verify their world ID and fill out the roadmap. They deploy an NFT contract on Zora along with a vault. A user also verifies their world ID and can now mint the NFT. Zora, with an NFT in their wallet, the user can attest to the project's completeness. When enough attestations are received, the funds are unlocked. Otherwise, the funds are frozen until a new milestone can be reached. A testament scores are available publicly via the graph. The score acts like business credit, so companies like Infera or Chainlink can actually offer discounts to trustworthy projects. The score uses a weighted formula, and it's actually inspired by a charity rating agency. Now, let me show you a live demo. Here we have our dashboard. I'm going to start by connecting my MetaMask and World ID. This ensures that only unique individuals can mint NFTs and create projects. Below, you can see the collections that I currently hold and projects that I can mint to support. Now, let's say I want to raise money to save the planet. I'm going to create a new project. For my milestone, I promise to plant about 8,000 trees by September 9th. And to unlock the funds, I'll be required to reach at least 50% of the minted supply in attestations. Now I'm going to upload a JPEG. And to keep things simple, we'll have 2 NFTs in this collection. Let's click Finish. Sign. And ta-da! My NFT contract has been deployed. Now let's go back to our dashboard and mint an NFT. It's reassuring knowing that the funds are going directly to a vault here and not to the creator's wallet. Okay, I'm going to refresh the page. Just give me 2 seconds. There we go. Okay, we can now attest to the project. You can currently see that there are 0 attestations, but once the milestone is reached, we can attest. Perfect. Now going into the collection, we can now see that there's 1 attestation and we can claim funds. Let's verify the attestation. A few seconds ago. Attestation complete. Okay, and finally, once a milestone has been completed, collections are also given an attestment score, which acts like a credit score. In the future, attesters will also get a positive score for attesting to projects. We're a testament. We ensure that NFT funds are used responsibly. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being our very first demo for the day. And it was a little bit risky, but it worked out. Everything was great. And it's one of those things where you can't, just the demo gods may not always be in your favor. But congratulations. And hopefully we all get to see this thing live.
Thank you.
All right. We are ready for our second demo for the day. And for this, I'd like to bring on Shadow Rollup. So, Paco, whenever you're ready.
Hello, I'm Paco Bytes, and I've been working on Shadow Rollup. So Shadow Rollup is an OP stack rollup that derives another rollup from layer 1. I will explain what that means later. But it does it with a different execution engine. And the way this execution engine is different is that it does everything normally, but it also tracks the gas usage of every smart contract, and it stores it on-chain. So a section of on-chain storage is dedicated to having this index with how much gas every contract has used. And given that this is on-chain, and this is mostly a normal OP stack rollup, we should be able to do fault proofs for it. And then we can make this data trustlessly available in our chain of choice. So before getting into the demo and deeper into how this works, let's think about why this might be interesting. So first, it's a sort of a proof of concept for measuring on-chain impact on-chain. So let's say you are Optimism or Base, and you want to incentivize smart contract developers to build in your ecosystem. So you can decide to give them a share of sequencer fees in proportion to how much their contracts are used. And by using something like Shadow Rollup, you could do that trustlessly. Next, you can even generalize this indexing to something that's general purpose. So something like the graph, but on chain, where you can do any sort of indexing. You can put on chain without having to put it in your actual contract. You do the shadow rollup thing, and then you fault proof everything. And then sort of putting both of these things together, you can even do something like credibly neutral airdrops. So instead of having one centralized entity put together this Merkle tree with the recipients of the airdrop, you can come up with a Sybil-resistant algorithm, put it in a shadow rollup, derive one chain with it, and then fault proof it, and then you decide the token distribution this way. So now into how it works. When I say we are deriving a rollup from layer 1, what I mean is actually very simple. So with normal OP stack rollups, users can send transactions either directly to layer 1, or they can send them to a sequencer, which is cheaper. Then the sequencer puts a bunch of transactions together and sends them to L1. The takeaway from this is that everything ends up in layer 1 eventually. So my shadow rollup takes advantage of this to read all of the transactions that have gone through this rollup from layer 1 and execute everything again, almost like a validator, but with this modified execution engine, which keeps track of gas usage. Then for the proofs, it's very similar to the sort of thing you would do to withdraw tokens from, let's say, Optimism into Mainnet. So first, you need fault proofs for the state root. And once you have that, users can make storage proofs for specific pieces of data, which instead of being tokens, in this case, would be this like gas usage metric for every contract. So now I'm going to show you a demo of this. I will be focusing only on the second part. So we will assume that we have fault proofs done some other way. We will be running a layer 2, and we will be running the shadow rollup, which indexes the gas usage in this layer 2. And then we will be doing storage proofs from this indexer back into the original layer 2. So let's jump into it. So you can see for this actually an Optimism pre-deploy contract, you can see how much gas it's been using according to the indexer. This is how much we have most recently proven, and this is what we've actually tracked. So I'm actually going to show another contract. You see it hasn't used much gas. Now I'm going to click update. This is going to generate a storage proof, and it's going to send it to layer 1. So you can see here, now the two values are the same. And actually, if we wait a few seconds, we should see something move here, given that this contract we are sending the storage proof to is the same contract we are seeing here. This might take a few seconds. Oh, here it is. So you can see the indexer has caught up to the normal rollup. And given that we sent a transaction to that rollup to make some proof, now that validating that proof takes gas, so now we can see that reflected in the indexer. So you see these numbers are different again. So this is my demo. If you are interested in learning more, you can go to the Real Bytes on Twitter. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that amazing dev tool. I think this just makes debugging and just actually simulating things a lot easier. So hopefully all of us also get to play with it and hopefully continue to actually building this. Congrats. All right, we are now ready for our third finalist demo, and that is Project ClinkSafe. So without further ado, let's welcome Anita on the stage.
Hey everyone, this is Puneet. Let me introduce Clink. Clink simplifies sharing crypto assets with just a link. Let's get started with a small story. Here I introduce Tim. Tim is planning to send a crypto gift to his best friend. His best friend is none other than very famous Bruce. Sending a crypto gift is very easy only if Bruce had a wallet address. But Bruce is a newbie in the Web3 world, so he doesn't have a crypto wallet. So Tim asked Bruce to set up a new crypto wallet. Little did he realize this process can be very painful. Why? Because Bruce had so many questions. What is this 12 words? What is private key? What is public address? What is chain? On and on. Tim became so frustrated with all these questions. We all can imagine in Tim's situation when we tried to onboard a new user into the Web3. Tim became so disappointed that he started wondering why it is so difficult to onboard a new user into the Web3. He just wanted to send a crypto gift to his friend. If a single user like Bruce is facing so much of difficulty, then what about the next billion user we are planning for? But what can be done? Let's watch a demo. Here we can see Clink is already loaded. We can see the chest image, which symbolizes it can store crypto assets in it. Let's click on Setup Chest and create a gift card. Here we can see sign in with Google, which actually helps anybody to sign up easily. Let's click on sign in with Google and select Tim's account. Here we can see the Tim account. We'll select it. Now we are trying to log in Tim. Here we can see the smart account is getting set up. We can see the wallet got loaded. We can see some balance in his account. If you want to deposit more, we can just click here and connect an external wallet and deposit, or we can send it directly to the public address. Important thing to notice here, this is not just another wallet. It's a smart contract deployed on-chain. If we go into the Basecamp, we can see it as a contract deployed on-chain and we can verify the balance. Now let's create a crypto gift card worth of $100. Let's click on create link. Here, the transaction has begun processing. Under the hood, we are trying to create a new wallet and trying to transfer the amount into the new gift card. Now the transaction is getting verified. So now we can see the chest got created and we can see the $100. Now Tim can share this directly with Bruce. You can just click here and share it directly with any of this platform, or you can just copy this and share it directly. Let's copy this link and head over to Telegram to share it with Bruce. We can see the Bruce account here. Now Tim will share this with Bruce. So the message is sent. Now let's switch to the Bruce account. Here we can see the Bruce account. Now Bruce will receive the link. He'll just open that link. Now Bruce sees $100 worth of gift card. Now we can decide to save this in the same gift card and keep it with him, or he can claim it. Whenever the Bruce is ready, he can click on claim and connect an external wallet and claim it, or he can just directly send it to a public address, or if he wants to transfer to the bank, he can do that. Now let's see, connecting an external wallet, how we can claim it. Let's click on external wallet. Now we can see the wallet got connected. It was already connected. So the claim is also initiated. So here we are trying to create a smart contract wallet and we are trying to transfer the amount in the gift card to the Bruce address. Now if we see the Bruce current address, here in the extension, it is having only $1. Now in the background, we can see the chest got claimed. And if you go into the transaction hash, we can see the details. And if you come back, if you go to the specific account, we can see it as a contract. It got created and the amount got transferred. Now, if Bruce sees the balance again, you can see the $100 which is claimed. Bruce is happy he got an $100. Tim is also happy because he was able to facilitate this. Now let's get back to the presentation. So on the tech stack, we have built this on Base. Without Base, we wouldn't have the cheaper transaction and faster transactions. Account abstraction is done to the SafeCore SDK, and everything is built on Next, and we are using Gelato for relaying the transactions. And we have used Wallet Core and Web3 Auth as well. So what is next for Clink? So I've divided into two phases. In the phase one, I'm planning for the enhancements, like security encryption of the wallets and UX improvement for community engagement rewards. And in the phase two, I'm planning to have reward system and gas sponsorship, and also expand the offerings in the platform, like on and off ramp solution, or more token supports, or DEX integration. That is it. Thanks everyone. Thanks for the ETHGlobal team for making this happen. Thanks for the judges for their valuable feedback. If you want to use Clink, you can just scan this, or if you want to connect with me, just head over to Telegram. Thanks everyone.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that awesome demo. And it's a great example to actually make things more consumer ready. So hopefully all of us get to try this, and everybody watching on the live stream, be sure to check it out. Congrats. All right, with this, we are ready for our fourth finalist demo for today, and that is Project Globe Grafter. So let's welcome them on screen.
Hello. Can I start?
Feel free to get started.
Hi, everyone. My name is Damien. I'm presenting our project, Global Grafter. Shout out to my partner, Noah. I know you have been working your ass off to raise your family and still manage your time to participate this hackathon with me. Really appreciate it. And what we built in past 10 days is a map generator for all on-chain games in Web3. In order to show how Global Grafter works, we have also built a roguelike game with this on-chain map generator. We have deployed both our map generator and roguelike games contracts on Optimism, Mod, Base, as well as Zora network. And our map generator, Global Grafter, mainly consists of two important parts of the code. First part of the code is what we code to generate corridors and rooms. As you can see here, it's randomly generated ones and zeros, which draws out the floor your role in the game can walk and the walls of the rooms. Since the verifiable random function from Chainlink has not been supported by OP network, we wrote our own algorithm to generate random numbers to assure that all the routes are different in the map based on the number of rooms and the size of the map. If the on-chain gaming map generator is too abstract, you can also try our roguelike game. It's pretty simple to test the game. Basically, you type ROG and connect to your wallet. There's a hero randomly generated in the game. It's a play to die type of game. And each hero has four main characters on the up left part. There's attack, your health points, your experience, and the goals, the number of goals you can find. It also shows the location of your hero. So while you exploring the gradually generated map, you'll find more goals. You will also cross doors. But if you don't have higher attacks, you'll be killed by the monster that you encounter in the game. That's what happened in the roguelike game. So after completing the game, after your hero dies, it requires you to sign and upload all the game data on chain. You need to sign twice. So basically, all the gaming data is on chain. You can find the data and your performance on the graph here. And we also utilize ZK Snark utilize ZK Snark to avoid any cheating happen in the game. So here is a code of the ZK Snark we utilized in this game. So if your experience in the game exceeds 5,000 in our roguelike game, you will get a rare NFT generated on Zora network, and all your gaming performance and your performance coding will be coded in this NFT. That's all about our global grafter and the gaming map generator. That's all. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that demo. And it's a cool way to look at more practical gaming applications of snarks. And this is even more creative when you kind of end up doing your own randomness algorithm. So this is really fun. And congrats to you and your team member.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Awesome. We are now ready for our fifth finalist demo for today, and that is Team Per Capita. So we'll get them here and quickly start with the fifth demo. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
So let's get started. I'm Ege from Per Capita team, and we are from Bilken Blockchain Society. So you can see who we are, and we have Utku, Kaan, Metehan, and me in our team. So what we built for Superhack? We built Per Capita, and Per Capita is a decentralized initial NFT offering platform utilizing proof of personhood and random distribution systems. And we are using Worldcoin, Hyperlane, Zora, and Chainlink. So let's get started with the demo. And as you can see, this is our homepage, and you can see our tech stack here. Per Capita main contract lives in the Zora testnet. And let's actually launch an INO for this. And so we create, as a collection owner, you can enter the name, description, the image, giveaway time, and NFT contract address, and the NFT price that the participants will have to stake to join the offering. So we created a special collection for the Superhack Final. So let's create this. And it takes some time to upload the image to the IPFS. Okay, so let's create our offering. Let's launch our offering in Zora testnet. And as you can see, we are directed to the INO page, and you can see the details here. Okay, so as an owner, I can actually approve the spending of the NFTs and then add the NFTs here. And as an owner, I will actually join. So in order to make sure that our offerings are resistant to cyber attacks, we are utilizing Worldcoin. Okay, so let's actually copy the QR code here and paste it here in a manual input. And it will take some time, and then we will verify with the World ID. Okay, so let's verify with the World ID. It's verified, as you can see, and it will show that it's a correct proof. And we will also prove this on the smart contract. So we know that Worldcoin is not supported in Zora, so we are utilizing the Hyperlane here. We are sending our proofs to Girly testnet. We are verifying it there, and the response is coming back to us on the Zora testnet, and we are using layer 1 cross-domain messaging here for the OP stack functions. Okay, so you can actually see our active INOs here, and let's see executable INOs when the deadline is over. And as you can see what happens when the deadlines are over. So the collection status is executable, and you can see the owner here, and 3 unique participants are here, and there are actually 4 NFTs. And if we execute this one, you can see that we will earn this amount of Ether. And this is because we are incentivizing people to execute the offerings. And we are going to execute. And as you can see, we have the cross-chain events here. We are requesting chaining VRF to produce a random seed for us, but it is not, again, supported in Zora. So we are utilizing Hyperlane again here. We are requesting it with the messaging API, and it's coming back to us with the layer 1 cross-domain messaging again. We will not wait for this. It takes about 3 minutes, and you can see the status here. It's actually pending random seed. And let's see our last part, and it is past INOs. You can see that we have a page here. It's NFT Nova. We have 3 unique participants here, and you can see that we have 2 NFTs here. So this address actually won an NFT, and this one. And you can actually come up here and claim this NFT. But let's switch to another address. Okay, so this address did not win. So you can see that we can claim the deposit here. And so there's no winner here. So yes. So let's continue. And for our future work, we are planning to support initial coin offerings and distribution of airdrops. And our first focus will be deploying this on Zora mainnet and improve on it. And when OP stack chains can communicate natively, we will wait for the migration of key protocols, Chaining and Worldcoin into Optimism mainnet. And then we will be doing Superchain messaging. And thank you for listening. And I would like to thank ETHGlobal and all the amazing partners. It was an amazing journey for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that demo, and a super interesting use case to kind of do these things cross-chain and rely on different messaging to actually make this whole thing work. So it's definitely a much more fair way of thinking about any sort of participation. So congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Finalist number 5 done. Let's get on to demo number 6. Without further ado, let's welcome Refer. Marvin, whenever you're ready.
Hi, my name's Marvin with Team Refer, and like you all, our goal is to be part of crypto reaching the next billion. And what's more mainstream than McDonald's? So today we're going to show you how McDonald's could have used Refer to promote its NFT drop by getting super fans to refer their friends who get rewarded in USDC. But first, we need to clarify 2 terms we'll be using a lot, campaign NFT and reward token. In this case, the campaign NFT is the McRib NFT, the thing that the business wants the public to interact with, and USDC will be our reward token, meaning that if somebody refers a friend who then mints the McRib NFT, they'll both be rewarded in USDC. So let's jump into the demo. And we're going to start out as a McDonald's marketing manager that wants to create a referral campaign. They'll start off by defining the campaign NFT and the reward NFT. And we'll use these 2 test tokens. And they also need to define some thresholds and some payout amounts that we'll just kind of breeze through. This is using our on-chain contract factory to spin up a new contract just for this campaign. And now we need to approve the newly created campaign to just distribute rewards on our behalf as the McDonald's marketing manager. Now the campaign is fully set up and superfans can start engaging. So we'll switch to the wallet of a superfan. And they'll validate first their humanness with Worldcoin. And they'll send that on chain for final registration. Great, now the super fan is registered and they have a link that they can share with friends. And so to finish up, we'll switch to a wallet for the friend of the super fan. And they want to claim this referral. But when we were setting up the campaign, we said that in order to claim, you needed to have some McRib. And for the sake of time earlier today, or yesterday, we went ahead and sent some McRib to this friend. So they should be able to also validate their humanness, register, and be rewarded, and will ultimately expect payout to both the superfan and their friend. And sending that on chain. Great, the referral was successfully claimed. And we can see that the friend just received some USDC as a reward, and the super fan did as well 19 seconds ago. So that's it for the demo. And to close out, talking about work in progress. From the backend perspective, we got some cross-chain functionality working so that you could validate ownership of a token on one chain and pay out on another, or perform Worldcoin validation from a chain without native support. There's a tutorial on our website for how to do this. We also got started with account abstraction so that the referrer and referee, the superfan and the friend, wouldn't have to pay for transactions, leveraging Safe and Pimlico. And as next steps, we would want to double down on our Sybil detection through bespoke KYC, social graph, and on-chain activity detection, as well as integrating with oracles and attestations to detect loyalty beyond NFTs and possibly even off-chain. Thanks a lot. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks, Marvin. This was a really cool demo. I think just it's hard to kind of condense all of the things that you're trying to do in a just short amount of time, but the fact that you get to do this super creatively and manage referrals from both sides is, I think, just a very unique way to do that on chain. So this was super cool. And looking at the chat comments, everybody wants the McRib now, including myself. So thanks for that, and congrats.
Thanks.
All right. 4 more demos to go. So let's bring on number 7, Super Search. Welcome.
Hi, Kartik. Welcome. Hi, everybody. So I'm presenting to you Super Search. So before we dive into what my hack is, I would like to propose a question. That is, what would you do after a transaction? So when I make a transaction in my favorite app, it takes me to these screens. So I might need to click on the link, that is the view on the Explorer, and it will take me to the Explorer. But this might not give a great user experience because I'll need to leave the app. And as soon as I enter the Explorers are quite technical and overwhelming. And it might not be that much easy for a new user to understand it. And user might also need to refresh the page multiple times if he wants to see the updates. And suppose if he's making a bridge transaction, then he might need to see multiple explorers so as to see the status of different transactions. So in dApp's perspective, do the dApps have any other choice? What if they do? So we are introducing you Super Search, which is empowering dApps with the features of an explorer. Now let's look at the short demo of this. So here I have actually cloned my Uniswap interface, which is one of my favorite swaps. So I also integrated Super Search, as you could see. And now I'll try to make a simple swap from Matic to a stable coin. So as you can see, it's loading, it's fetching me. And I'll confirm the swap, which will take me to MetaMask. And I'll make sure that I'm giving just a gas fee as high so that my transaction goes fast. And as you can see, transaction is getting submitted, and the transaction hash was picked by the dApp, and it's currently loading. Okay, cool. So my transaction got success, and you could see all the details. The status has been successful, and you could also see state block related data from where it was sent from, then the value of the transaction, and the transaction fee, gas fees, etc. So if I'd also like to verify whether I have received my swap token, I could just click on my address. So it is currently loading my address. Now it will actually fetch me the balances and also the recent transactions. So super cool. So now I've received my swap token also. So apart from this, what all features that are there? So there's a feature where you can search for addresses, you can search for transaction hash, and also the ENS domain. Now I'll make a search for a simple ENS domain, let's say johndoe.eth, and I'll select it as Ethereum. And it is as simple as such. So as you could see, it also loaded. So integrating in your dApps is pretty much easy. So now I'll just close it, and now I'll show you how easy it is to integrate in your dApps. So you could integrate all of it with just a single line of code. You just need to insert it inside the header part of your tab, and you're good to go. So this is a tech stack that we have used. We have used Webpack for bundling, then super fast covalent APIs for all the data fetching, and React for the UI. And going ahead, we have a lot of features that we want to build. Currently, we are in a MVP stage. Then we want to improve the user experience for a normal user. And we would like to also give a proper reason for why a transaction might have failed. And other features like gas tracker, NFTs, Diffie data, etc. And we would like to add faucets for testnets, and educating a user on the technical terms is also quite important. We'd like to go ahead with that too. And we would also like to update the searchers builders information. So with that, I wrap up my presentation. So if you guys would like to check the super search, you could just scan the QR code. I would like to thank ETHGlobal, the judges, and the sponsors for letting me present this event, and it was super fun to work for this. Thank you.
Eltham, that was a really amazing, slick demo, just super easy and well-needed real-world utility. So congrats on shipping that, and I'm sure this is now just a few days away from being a norm where everybody wants to have this small widget there to let everybody see what's actually happening on chain. So congrats, and hopefully all of us get to use this in the wild.
Yes, thanks, Kartik.
Awesome. Moving on to more DevTool related demos, let's welcome On-Chain Review. John and team, whenever you're ready.
GM, I'm Don, and here is our diverse team on Chain Review. We are from SideStream, it's a tech company in Germany. On-chain review is the missing tool to review and to attest deploy smart contracts for OP stack developers. And why did we build it? First and foremost is to solve our own pain points of reviewing contracts. But we believe this can also solve other people's problems as well. Then let me skip this and show you the demo of the tool. So first, you select the chain. Here you can see all the chains that we are supporting currently, and I will click the Ethereum, and then you can type in the contract address that you want to review. First thing you see is the source code of the contract, and the same contract, if you scroll down a bit, you can see this. This includes the here we identified all addresses of this contract, and this includes the hard-coded address in the contract and the address that fetched from Ethereum blockchain state. And also, if you scroll down a bit more, you can see the variables that holds the address. And if you click one of this, you can also see the source code of the contract that is deployed on this address. And another important functionality of the tool is the ability to attest the contract. Here you can click that test after you finish your review. The important part is that we are not only attesting the address of the contract, but also the hash of the code. So this helps to make the review attestation more reliable. And now we change the state and also show the revoke button. And the third functionality, which related to the review attestation, is the ability to follow other trusted attesters. For example, you can follow your coworkers or you can follow the known auditors. Both the contract attestations as well as the followers are stored on chain for transparency. Once you follow the user, you can see their attestation on the top part as well. And also you can go on your profile page and then follow your all actions and see who you are following and also the followers that you have. And this was our demo. Here's our future plan with this project. Our next goal is to build this into a fully fledged suite for on-chain reviews of deployed contracts. And the further goal is to include novel solutions to incentivize and align a higher number of independent contract reviews. If you have any query regarding our project, you can reach out to us using this email. And thank you all for your attention. This was Team On-Chain Review.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that really cool demo and such an awesome collaborative way to actually do reviews and actually make sure things are performing as expected on chain, especially at the number of weirdness we've seen with sneaky code in there. So this was great. Hopefully all of us get to use it, and congrats.
Thank you very much.
All right. We got 2 more demos to go. So let's bring on our second last finalist for today, Stardust CCIP. David, whenever you're ready.
Hello, yes, my name is David, and I'm really interested in making blockchain games that you can play outside of a browser and that you can play across multiple chains. So for this hackathon, I made Stardust, which is a space commerce game that uses Chainlink CCIP to send secret cargo between blockchains. And I built it using Godot, which is an open source game engine. And I used Godot Rust and ETHRS to handle private keys. So let's launch the ship pretty quick here. It's going to take some time to get it between blockchains. But first, I'll put some cargo in the cargo hold, and then we'll go to Optimism. So you see there's some lag here as the game waits for a response from the RPC node. And you also see that there's no MetaMask. There's no web wallet required because ETHRS can handle the signing of transactions. So a game like this in the future, people download just straight from a games marketplace or an app store. So the majority of gameplay right now is just about shipping 3 different kinds of cargo between blockchains. So you have Anodyne, which is free and has a small reward. You have Tech, which has a modest cost and a modest reward. And you have Contraband, which is probably the most interesting of the 3, in that it's the most expensive and confers the highest reward. But it also carries the risk that other players can basically try and catch you as you carry it between blockchains. So the way this works is other players can see when ships are coming between blockchains. And so if they suspect a ship is carrying contraband, they can put up a certain amount of currency, a certain amount of collateral in the form of game currency, and put a claim on the ship. And so that when it lands, there are certain consequences for that action, which I'll talk about later. But I want to talk first about how this system maintains privacy and the secrecy of information. Because in the game, you just put in the values in the cargo hold. You just put, you choose your destination, you press launch. But the smart contract is public. It's on a public blockchain. So how do you prevent people from just seeing the fact that you carry contraband in your cargo hold? So the way this works is when the player picks values for their cargo, the game will pad those values with some zeros, and it will concatenate them with the salt that's generated by Godot. And then Godot will then hash that string to create a SHA-256 hash. And it'll put that hash on chain into the pilot struct. So at this point, the hash is a secret that only you know, because only you know the values that were used to make that hash. But Godot handles all this for you. So you don't have to worry about managing the hash yourself and constructing it properly. The game client has been coded to make sure you can't submit bad values. But the smart contract is there to make sure that people can't slip past the incorrect values. So anyway, once you've committed the hash to the pilot struct, it is sent cross-chain through CCIP. And when it arrives, you need to sell your cargo before you continue playing the game. And so you have to prove that your hash was made correctly. So to do this, you can supply the salt, supply the values that you had on-chain. And on-chain, they're padded, and then they are hashed. And that hash is then compared with the hash you committed to the chain previously on the previous chain. So the hashes should match. And if they do, the smart contract then validates to make sure that the values you supplied were valid. So it makes sure that you, for example, you didn't provide more cargo than your ship could actually hold. And it also makes sure that you have the money to pay for the cargo that you just sent, because you're charged retroactively for the cargo that you sent along. The reason why we do this is because if the amount that you spend was public, someone watching the contract could infer what you had just purchased. So we want to keep that information secret until the moment that you actually have to reveal your cargo. And as I mentioned, there is this system in place where if someone suspects you're carrying contraband, now they can't know it because they just see your ship and they just see the hash in the cargo hold. But say that you have a large ship and they think it's worth the risk of trying to catch you. Or if they see your shipping history and they're like, okay, this person ships contraband pretty frequently, so I'm going to try and catch them. So they can offer up that collateral deposit and they can make a claim against your ship. And let's say you were carrying contraband and they catch you. So instead of getting a reward for selling your contraband, you would actually lose your cargo. You lose all the money that you have spent on the cargo. And the person who made the claim against you, they get a small bounty as a reward. However, if you were clean and you weren't carrying contraband, you receive their collateral as an extra reward on top of your cargo, what you get for selling your cargo. And of course, if you were successful in carrying contraband across and nobody put a claim on your ship, you get a really big payout. And that's the risk and the reward that comes from taking contraband and taking that risk that no one's going to put a claim on your ship. So we have arrived now in Optimism. So let's sell our cargo real quick. And once this transaction clears, we put a claim on our own ship. So we should get penalized for this. Instead of getting money, we should actually lose some. And yes, unfortunately, because we put the claim on our own ship, contraband was detected. So yes, that's the majority of the gameplay for Stardust. And thanks for watching.
That was a really cool game demo, and just really impressive that you're able to do this thing in a week. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Can't wait for on-chain EVE Online version of this. That'll be the ultimate dream. This is amazing. All right, well, thank you so much. And with that, we are ready for our 10th finalist demo for today. And without further ado, let's welcome our last finalist team, Shortcuts. Whenever you're ready.
Right. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex.
My name is Sergey.
And we want to share with you what we built during the ETHGlobal hack, project named Shortcuts. We all love smart contracts, whether as devs or users. Openness implies transparency, and building on existing foundations is easier. Challenges arise in discovering and verifying of new dApps. Also, they often come with a unique user experience, which may not always be convenient for newcomers. With Shortcuts, our way of tackling these problems, making it super easy to mix and match smart contract actions and helping you find new stuff effortlessly, presented in a user-friendly UI. Let's move on to the demo.
Yes, we start by getting to Shortcuts app, and then the first shortcuts we will create is bridging to base. What it does is we select the chain first and then amounts that will be variable and required for every launch of the shortcut, and then we add actions. Actions is different smart contract calls, and then you select the contract, we fetch the ABI of this contract and then specific parameters. You can also use inputs that you defined before, and this is the bridging contract the base uses, and then we publish that. We can add more actions to make a multi-step. This transaction is posting the shortcut to Ethereum attestation service on Optimism. As soon as it clears, we see that it's base bridge here. We use GraphQL to fetch that from EAS, and then we can go ahead and just run it. So you remember that it's on Ethereum on L1, so we can switch chain, and this is something that I want to bridge. But before that, I want to simulate to see if it's really something that I expect to happen. and we use tenderly, and then it loads that it is indeed L1 bridge. Some coins will be transferred, this amount that I set. So all good. Before that, I can also go ahead and inspect that. When I inspect that, I can see that it's indeed a ES Optimism posted by me. This is the chain used, the name, and then the IPFS ID. So you'll be able to go ahead on IPFS and check that, you know, the shortcut is legit, and this is basically the shortcut definition, something like that. It's from a different one. And if you're fine with that, to save your time next time, you can save it to bookmarks for later, and then we can basically go ahead and execute. And you see that it's a mainnet transaction. I'm going to send this amount of ETH to the bridge. I'm sending it, and while it happens, it may take some time. So what we'll do is we will explore what else is there. We prepared some other shortcuts, and one of them is actually on our GitHub, where all the code is posted for this project. And this is a donation shortcut, so you'll be able to send us some OP on the mainnet. So for that, we have two different actions. It's two different smart contract calls, and as we know that wallets are not great on calling multiple contracts, it's going to be two different transactions. We'd like to use Safe for that. So we use Safe and integrate it natively, so you don't need Wallet Connect or anything like that. So you can just select whatever Safe you control, and then you can propose transaction right away if you are, you know, one of the signers. And I do the sign, and then transaction proposed. I can go to my Safe now, which is here, and then in the queue you'll be able to see that transaction is indeed here, just posted, two different actions. One is just I approve spending OP, and then I do the donation with this amount of OP. You can actually, you know, go ahead and explore what's there, and you see it one OP. I will just execute this transaction. I sign it, and then it goes wild and runs. It's the time that we go and check what happened to the bridge. Well, most likely it did it. Yes, because the bookmark is saved as well. And you can go ahead and explore this bookmark to rerun the shortcut. You can also share the link. This link is basically, you can post it anywhere on Twitter, GitHub, or anywhere else. I think we covered more or less all of it. And then in order to try that yourself, you can just go ahead on shortcuts WTF and you know, give it a run. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew. Sergey, that was such a cool hack. The fact that it's live and everybody can use it, and you also got that really nice domain name is amazing. I think this is the perfect mix of a dev tool, but also a utility for everybody else, and a good service for everybody to kind of just quickly get started with a lot of these block actions. This is great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, this concludes all 10 of our finalist demos, and I want to quickly also congratulate these 10 teams again. So a massive shout out to Shadow Rollup, ClinkSafe, Per Capita, Stardust, CCIP, Onchain Review, Shortcuts, Testament, Globe Grafter, Refer, and Supersearch. Not only did they make something super cool, they also did live demos, and you got to see things happening on different chains and mainnet, and surprisingly nothing went wrong, which is incredible. So we're getting more and more close to seeing a lot of amazing developer tools, consumer apps, just amazing utilities and fun things like games happening on chain. And these events end up highlighting all the things that others are excited about across the world. And I want to congratulate all 10 of these teams one more time. For those of you who are tuning in us halfway through this thing, you can also now catch up on all these things and check out all the remaining projects that came out of this whole hackathon, all 295 of them, by heading over to ETHGlobal.com/showcase. There you'll see every single team and what they built, demos, links, code bases, everything else around this whole event. So that's where everything is. And I know this is now the thing that all of you have been waiting for. So let's get this show started and talk about all the prizes everybody is going to win from this hackathon. There's $175,000 in prizes being given away. In the next 15 minutes, we'll tell all of you who won what prizes. Let's start with Optimism. The best Superchain DevTool infra project goes to onchain review for $5,000. Superchain Deployer is the second place winner for $2,000, and OP Stack Deployer is going to be taking in $1,000 for the runner-up. So congratulations to all three of these teams. The best OP Stack Fork category winner is Rana Blockchain for $5,000. Congratulations. The best app that optimizes for RetroPGF public goods or measuring impact goes to OSS on OP Directory for $3,000. Eternal Commons is the second place winner for $2,000, and $1,000 runner-up is going to be AdQL. So congratulations to all three of these teams. Then there's also a Super Pool prize category where 5 of these teams are going to be taking in $1,000 each. So congratulations to Supercharge, Replay, DittoBox, Influent Peer, and Hedgehog Protocol. All of you are going to be receiving $1,000. Next up is Base. The best consumer product goes to onchain review for $4,000. Payflow is the second place $2,000 winner, and We Stay Safe is the runner-up, taking in $1,000. So congratulations to all three of these amazing projects. CoinFort is going to be the best base native project, taking in $3,000, and Supercharge is the second place winner for $2,000 for the best native project on Base. We also wanted to see a lot of account abstraction hacks. So Passkey Safe is going to be taking in $3,000 for the first place, and Paymaster Base is the second place winner, and Safe Base is going to be the $1,000 runner-up. Congratulations to all three of these teams. And ELF and Superchain Deployer are going to be taking in $1,000 each for improving base nodes and the developer experience and making it a lot easier. Next up is Worldcoin. The best overall hack that uses Worldcoin and the ID and the SDKs is C3 blockchain for $5,000. And Easy Faucet and OmniChain loan attesting is going to be taking $1,000 each. Both of these teams are the honorable mention, so congratulations to all three of you. The best AI use case on Worldcoin is Super AI for $2,500, and SafeStream is the best sign-in experience project winner for $2,500 as well. Coupon.dog is the most creative use case for the Worldcoin SDK, taking another $2,500. And the best governance app that uses the Worldcoin SDK is Ghost Voter for $2,500 as well. And all 33 of these teams are going to be splitting the pool prize, which means that $3,000 will be divided 33 ways. So congratulations to all 33 of these teams. You'll be taking in $90 each. Next up is Zora. So 10 best apps on Zora are going to be receiving $2,000. So congratulations to TR8, Tanjiro, Superchain Teleporter Station, Per Capita, Testament, Curista, Motion Mint, L2 Vista, Magical NFTs, and Our Color. All of you are the winners for the best 10 Zora hacks, and congratulations on the $2,000. Then we have Hyperlane. The best use of Hyperlane goes to Per Capita, and you'll be receiving $4,000. Congratulations. The best interchain application is going to be Superplace for $2,000. Roll OP is the best use of warp routes for $2,000 as well. And Interchain Gas Station is the best infrastructure project on Hyperlane, and you'll also be receiving $2,000. Next up is Mode. The best use of Mode goes to CPA and MNS for $1,500 each. Super interesting projects. Both of you are going to take in $1,500. Congratulations. The best developer tool on Mode is the Superchain Deployer and the Mode Testnet Faucet. You'll both be receiving $1,000 each. Tanjiro and Wake Me Up are the most weird and viral ideas on Mode, and you'll also be taking in $1,000 each. And the best use of AI goes to ally.ai for $2,000, or maybe Ali. I am unsure how to say this one, but congratulations. And these 78 teams are going to be sharing the pool prize. Looks like there's a lot of projects that wanted to deploy and use Mode, so congratulations. You'll be receiving $13 each. Next up is Layer 0. The best OmniChain implementation goes to Cross-Chain KYC for $3,000, and BasePoint is going to be taking in $3,000 as well, and ARC is the runner-up for $2,000. So congratulations to all three of these teams. Then we have Chainlink. The 4 best teams using CCIP are Stardust CCIP, Democracy, Croissant, and Comic Craft, and all 4 of you are going to be receiving $2,000. So congratulations. The best use of Chainlink data feed on Base specifically goes to Stop Loss and a members club with a loyalty program, and both of these projects are going to be receiving $1,000 each. Congratulations. Then we have Safe. Smart Garden, SafeStation, and Dappy Health are the first place winners for the best integration, and they'll be taking $1,000 each. Payflow and Shortcuts are the second place winners, and they'll be taking $750 each. And Passkey Safe is the runner-up, and you'll be taking $500 for building on top of Safe. Congratulations. Then we have the graph. The best new subgraph or substream goes to Democracy for $1,200. SafeScan is the second place winner for $900, and Face Protocol is going to be receiving $700 for the third place. The best use of subgraph or substream for a new case goes to Inscription Social Protocol for $1,000. Stop Loss is going to be the second place $700 winner, and $500 is going to Beam. So congratulations for the best substream and subgraph. Then we have EAS. These 5 teams are going to be the best use of EAS, NFT Edify, MediLink, Onchain Review, Moshi Moshi, and Shortcuts. So congratulations, you'll be taking in $1,000 each. And then we have Covalent. So Replay, Super Search, Basepoint, L2 Vista, and Ali.ai are the 5 best uses of Covalent, and you'll be all receiving $1,000. So congratulations to all of these teams. Those are all of our amazing prizes. So congratulations to everybody who won something as part of this hackathon. You can check out all these things now on ETHGlobal.com/showcase. These things will appear on your dashboard in the next minute or so if they're not already live with the caching. And this gives you the ability to check things out on your dashboard, or check things also directly on your project page. And now, before we kind of wrap things up, I want to just make a quick announcement around the prize delivery. So everything that we talked about is a tentative and not a final announcement of prizes, which means that over the next couple of weeks, we'll be verifying everybody's code bases, making sure that we have all the information that we need to know to fully make sure that these things are finalized, which is ensuring that everybody worked on the projects after the hackathon started. All the team members are there. We don't have any commits from somebody who was not registered as a team. All those things will kind of happen over the next 2 weeks. And our deadline to kind of do all of that and finalize everything is September 1st. And after that is when all the prizes and your stakes and everything else will be released. And there are a couple of KYC requirements from some partners. So there may be, you may be in that category. So if you fall into that category as a recipient, you'll be getting a note separately around some compliance related things that you'll have to satisfy before your prizes can be given to you. So keep all of that on the look in your inbox. All of this will be communicated to you over email. And that's kind of the final note on the prize delivery. So this is very much closer to the end of Superhack, and I'm going to make sure that before we wrap things up, we kind of say some thank yous and talk about what's coming up. So I want to give a massive shout out to everybody that made this event possible. Obviously, there's a lot of roles that work behind the scenes to do all these things, but I want to start off with all of you amazing hackers. More than 1,150 of you took the time to work on amazing projects for 10 days, and you put your heart and soul into it. You made something you were proud of. You showed everything to everybody else out there, and you shared everything with the world. So congratulations to all of you for taking the time and participating at this event. This means a lot to us. I want to thank all of our amazing judges for talking to everybody on a live call from 80 different countries, learning about what they were excited about, how they built something, and giving them feedback and advice on how to take them further. So congratulations and thank you to all of our judges, all the amazing mentors and volunteers that made things work in the background, ensuring that you have the best experience no matter which part of the world or what time zone you were on. Thank you to all these mentors and volunteers who made this possible. Amazing set of speakers who did workshops, talks, and everything that you can now watch on demand to learn about what's happening in this space and really stay up to date on all the latest tech and research. I want to thank all of our speakers for all of that. And the amazing set of partners who have been here to help make this event super successful from all points of views, to get you to not do something from scratch, make your life easier, help you get unblocked, and get you more excited about things that everybody else is working on. Thank you to all of our partners. And last but not least, I want to give a massive shout out to the rest of the ETHGlobal team who does so many incredible things behind the scenes. So thank you, Sherry, Andrew, Maggie, Nunu, Fred, Polly, Rory, Chloe, Kevin, Huichi, Minnie, and Emma as Emily, Andrew, and Jacob. All their hard work doesn't really get enough light of day. So a big shout out to everybody here making this event and all the other events that we do possible. So before we wrap things up, we want to make sure that we kind of clarify one small thing. 10 teams came here, we called them our finalists, and they demoed what they built, and we kind of said these are the projects we're super excited about. But if this is the first time you've ever been to an ETHGlobal event, you may not know this thing, but we don't structure these as competitions. So effectively, when we say somebody's a finalist, they came in first. And at the end of the day for Superhack, those 10 teams are our first place winners. And in addition to anything else they may have won from our partners, they'll be receiving 500 USDC per team member on behalf of the ETHGlobal team. And we want to thank them and congratulate them for being a finalist and really show the appreciation for all the amazing work they've done and just made their thing that they're excited about something real and shared it with the rest of the world. But that's not all. On top of everything else they could have won and have won, I want to give everybody here a lot more. So every team member will also be getting 10 Sepolia ETH from ETHGlobal to test out and do things in test nets and not do them live in prod. Every team member will also be getting an ENS domains from our side, a free Pragma entry to any of the upcoming Pragmas that ETHGlobal is doing in person, and this applies to every member. If you're looking to get a hardware wallet, you can get $100 off the Great Lattice wallet, and this is also per member. If you are not already on Lens protocol, we'll be able to get you on and get your address listed to be allowed to participate on the Lens protocol. And to top it all off, you'll also be receiving a $500 flight reimbursement with guaranteed entry to the upcoming 2 in-person events that we have, which is ETHGlobal New York and ETHGlobal Istanbul. So if you want to see us in person or meet everybody else in the community in any of these cities, you are welcome to be there, and we'll be able to help get you there and reimburse your flight. So congratulations to all of these teams. And this is officially closing off Superhack. But before we say goodbye, I want to talk about what's next. And we'll just give a quick shout out to the upcoming few events that we're doing. So hopefully we'll see all of you very soon again, starting with ETH New York, which takes place in just a month, September 22nd to 24th in New York City. So if you're around, or if you want to see us from somewhere else in the world in New York, come say hi and meet the rest of the community. Then we'll be doing our biggest online event of the year, ETH Online, which is going to be an asynchronous event taking place from October 6th to 27th with incredible summits around what's happening in the entire ecosystem and what's the latest going on with everything out there. So check out that event. And then we'll be doing another in-person event in Istanbul. ETHGlobal Istanbul will be taking place from November 17th to 19th. And this is happening the same week as DevConnect. So check this event out and say hi to us in Istanbul, and we'll see a lot of you there. And with that, you can check out all these things live now. You can apply and you can sign up for these events by heading over to ethglobal.com/events. And I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be part of Superhack and watching this live stream. So thank you again. And with that, enjoy some lo-fi beats. And I bid you goodbye. And we'll see you again very soon in New York. Take care, everybody, and have a great one.